welcome back to another episode of The Starter Kit, you friggin' nerds. Shout out to the Uso Tank. He said I gotta turn my mic up, but it's at the perfect setting for recording music, so I don't want to mess it up, but then I guess whatever. Man, we do some post-production on Starter Kit, okay? We're good. All right?
We got some leveling.
It's the other shows. Yeah, we get some leveling in there. It's the other shows that get no love. We're just like, all right, fucking throw it up. We got it. Yeah, man. Another episode of the Starter Kit, man. Me, the Uso Lance, you know what it is and what we're doing. Today we're watching 2019's Take Home Pay featuring the Uso Tofiga, Vito, and this is also another dude I wanted to highlight. The dude that plays Popo, Ronnie Taulafo, bruh.
Nice.
He was tight.
Yeah.
He made me, he pissed me off. He did a really good job pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? And also to Yvonne Maea-Brown, rest in peace, who played Bob's mom in the movie. She was featured in like the Coconut, some of the Coconut series, the Samoan Zombies with Ooze Gang. So it's kind of crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't watch this when it first came out. I was hella behind on it. But before we get into that, man, shout out to the network, man, the network boys. All right. Yay. Follow us on youtube.com/the Polytickin network. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this show we got on there. We got this way back Wednesday with the Uso, Seth, M, and Lance, and another one called the Polytickin podcast with myself and Seth. Yeah. Follow us on there. Follow us on the socials. Do what you need to do. Yeah. Hit us up on the Patreon, too. We got a Patreon over there.
There you go.
Patreon.com/Polytickin podcast. You know what I'm saying? Hit up the boy Lance on the Polynesian podcast with the Uso Forest. Do what you need to do. Okay?
So much content, man.
Yeah, bro. Every time we list it out, it takes hella long because there's so much. We do so much. You know what I'm saying? What's the deal, bro?
Little flavor for everybody. Got the nostalgia. Got the movie nerds in here. Got all the topical stuff with the Polytickin podcast. Even deeper level with the Polytickin Patreon, sports, Polynesian podcast. Man, the network is strong.
The network is strong.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my Losula network, bro.
Yeah. In here. Yeah, we've been grinding. Good shit. By the way.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
What we doing, bro?
Take Home Pay. Tofiga Fepulea'i. This one half of the Laughing Samoans. Definitely a star and a huge name in our community and across the Pacific. People have seen the specials, the comedies, the stand-up, the movies, and the work that they do with the community. So, yeah, definitely stars in Ronnie as Popo and Alama, Vito as Alama. There's some strong acting in here. I do have a lot of bones to pick. Procedurally though, but what would you say is the synopsis for this?
Synopsis. Two brothers straight out of Samoa find work overseas over to New Zealand, and it turns into a freaking action comedy mystery romp that we still can't figure out in what direction they wanted to go to. But it turns into that when one of the brothers, Popo, ends up stealing the hard-earned money that they made during the work. So this entire movie is about Popo stole the money. It's basically a llama's journey through New Zealand to find his brother. So nice. I feel like that would be the most basic. What?
And he enlists the help of a private investigator, detective type, right. Played by Tofiga, Bob Chichilo, who's working on his Samoan. So I feel it. You know, I relate. And his cursive scribble subtitles. Yeah, hey, there was some stuff that I found really funny. There's a lot of fun parts.
Yeah.
But I feel like, it's like you were saying earlier, the parts were there. They just weren't necessarily sewn together to make the best thing. But there are definitely a lot of good cuts, scenes, cameos. Oh my God! Shout out to Luso, Oscar, Mr. Kitely, and to Uncle freaking David Tua.
David freaking Tua makes a cameo
doing some
and he
acting.
was great, bro. Yeah, he was acting his ass off too, bro. I was like, yeah, that's right, Uncle. Yeah, hell yeah, he was acting his ass off in here, bro. He wasn't just a typical like tough guy. I'm gonna knock you out. Like there was like, you know, he had some lines in there. He was cooking in there.
Yeah.
But did you also see the other cameo? That was freaking Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park.
Oh, where?
Sam O'Neill. In the elevator.
In the elevator. I was gonna ask you who Sam O'Neill was. Dang, okay.
Yeah, I was like,
is he New Zealand?
I think he's I guess. I don't know. I was like, that's a crazy fucking cameo. Is he from New Zealand?
I didn't even see that. I thought that was just like one of Kylie's friends or something. But
yeah.
That's crazy.
I looked at him, I was like, what the fucking Dr. Grant.
It is wild. There's a lot of wild turns, but let's get into the story here.
Yeah,
we're beginning in Samoa, on a plantation, hard at work, the industrious spirit of Limalama. Samoan. He's got like a bit of a Samoan accent when he tries to speak English. Is on the plantation trying to make a 5-pronged spike so he can do 5 times as many taro plantings, in the time that he has. It falls apart, to which his dad is like really mad at him wasting the time to even try this. Yeah. Just take the regular one and get to work. You idiots.
Yeah, he's like, you could have done like 70, whatever the fuck he said. You could have done a lot more if you just fucking used the regular one.
Alama calls over.
I thought it was a good idea.
No, definitely, right? It shows like his
good idea.
His mind, like
he's like creative.
Yeah, and trying to figure out ways to help do more work, get more work done, get it done faster. But I guess he's adopted into this family, right? That was what he mentions later.
Yeah, I wish there's so many things that they bring up in the movie, but it doesn't get explored further. So I'm just like, what the? Okay, so Brett's adopted, so
it's just like info pieces late, just boop, boop,
yeah.
Boop.
Like that doesn't inform his character in the movie. So why did you bring that up? Whatever.
No.
Oh, man.
Because they look different. I'm adopted.
Yeah.
I'm shorter, stouter, darker.
Yeah, like, is it like what? Because he's adopted, he's not like Popo? Like, if he was like Popo's biological brother, would he be just as fucking crazy as him as far as stealing the money? Is it because he's adopted, he's like an obedient person? It's like, and it doesn't tie into his character at all. It just makes you wonder these things. It's like, why did they bring up the fact that he was adopted? Like, there's so many things sprinkled in there that was just whatever. What?
When I heard that, I thought it like showed his loyalty to the family. It was like, oh, even though he's not a blood son, he's like he's the one still trying to take his brother back. Yo, we got to go back home. We got to go back to the family. This is the whole reason why we were out here. But like if the blood son is like, I'm out. I don't want to be part of this anymore. But that's But I also took it as something like a plus for Alama's like loyalty or character. But he's calling over his brother in the plantation to like try to help him make this presentation work. And now they're both getting yelled at. And Popo is like, this dude is over it. He's not just eye rolling, not really putting effort into it. And you see how much he's over this farm life when he jumps at the opportunity to become a seasonal worker in New Zealand. But there was another part, like I already took it as like a comedy or like a little guy trying to become something bigger than the farm life. But the dad is out there doing like hand fighting kung fu moves.
What the hell, bro?
And I was like, oh, okay, action. There's a layer of physicality and like fighting. I thought close contact.
Bro, I thought it was gonna be some freaking Legend of Baron-Toa stuff. Like I thought, there's gonna be a lot of fighting, a lot of freaking hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying? Or at least try to figure out, or
not
figure
enough.
out like what. Yeah, not enough. Like, figure out what kind of philosophy they're going with because they're practicing these. You know what I'm saying? There was really nothing besides just them practicing fighting. Like, what the?
Is it like some old technique that has been forgotten and is only practiced by certain people, or is every plantation, every family know Lima Tao?
Yeah,
as they call it,
bro. It looks like stop dancing, ruin there. Stop dancing. And I was like, what the? So what's crazy is that, like, when I seen that, right, and they called it Lima Tao, like, I remember my cousins talking to me about that like, yeah, Samoa actually has a lost martial art. I didn't think that was a thing. And then it's crazy seeing it being brought up in the movie, and I was like, wait, is this real? Is Lima Tao real? So yeah, please look it up, bro. Figure that out, because I swear my cousins were told me that there is a lost martial art created from Samoans. And it was called
Limalama is a Polynesian art of self-defense.
Whoa.
We'll go into this at some other point, but now we know.
The biggest thing we need to talk about with this fucking movie. Yeah. You know,
that's dope.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I didn't think anything of it when they told me. You know, I was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Shut up. We didn't invent no freaking martial art. And then seeing it in the movie, I'm like, did we invent a martial art? Holy shit, bro! We're awesome.
It says it started in the 1950s. The founder was a member of the Samoan royal family who studied Hapkido, Kung Fu, Judo, boxing, and other martial arts as a kid, and trained in Polynesian combat by his father and uncle. So he made like a Samoan. It says it's 60% of its curriculum is based on hand techniques. It also uses holds, takedowns, knife, stick fighting, and kicking. What?
Yo, if this movie was about that, bro, that would be hard. They should have made that the focus of this shit, bro.
For real.
Whoa.
Someone needs to make a movie about that. Let's put that in the movies we're going to make, but you can take and start it if you're listening, okay?
Yeah.
Just put that on the list, though.
You better fucking just give us our credit in our executive producer on there.
Give us a part.
Come on, for real, give us a
Give us the elevator cameo.
Let's go! Give us the elevator cameo.
So crazy. Oscar Kiley's just like, yeah, just putting together a movie production notes and stuff in the elevator as they're going up to chase Popo.
Yeah, bro. That was tight, man.
Yeah, so that was great.
All right, so with Lima Tao going on, his dad practicing that, right? Yeah, because Popo, it shows Popo and Alama and their difference in character, right? You said that Popo was just over the farm life. He's the rebellious younger son. I'm assuming he's younger than Alama. The rebellious one who goes against his dad, talks back to him and stuff, and that's when he shows his little Lima Tao prowess, freaking with the wrist. And then is this when they cut to the other main character, the one with top billing right here, Bob Titilo?
Bob Titilo.
Right? Yeah. Bob Titilo. So it shows silhouette. So it cuts to a couple of drunken idiots over there chilling by the car over in New Zealand. And you're introduced to Bob Titilo, freaking Tofiga's character, the private investigator. So he's kind of incompetent as far as like fighting, but he's kind of good at his job. He ends up being a good investigator. Like, I don't know if it's luck or I don't know what it is. Like,
he's effective, but his methods are very questionable.
Are fucking dumb. Yeah. He's dumb.
It's Tofiga. It feels like Tofiga riffing and just making shit funny. Like making either physical comedy or just the stuff that he like ad-libs and improvs that's hella funny. Yeah. When they hire him, he comes to the farm to like look around and he's like, is that him? And then it just cuts away. And he's just asking random questions. What was she wearing? Yeah, they do find him a lot. You got a good point. He gets the job done somehow, though.
He stumbles to the finish line, bro. Yeah. He doesn't get there clean at all.
But here, when you first meet him, he's getting put to sleep on a mission, like a job he's supposed to go and get. What's this guy's name? Afriston.
Yeah. Alf, right? Al.
Yeah.
By my full name. Man.
Why'd you do that? Man,
Why'd you do that? Don't worry, boys.
But he gets put to sleep.
Yeah.
Like he loses the fight. He can't get the mission done. Cut back to the boys, Alama and Popo. They're one of their friends is like, "Yo, you guys haven't." He passes them by. You guys haven't heard? We're going to sign up for seasonal worker visas so we can go work in New Zealand. There's a big need for workers, so they're moving up the timeline and they're basically accepting everyone. And then the guys are like, Popo looks super excited. Super, like he drops his work stuff and he starts running after the car. Alama eventually drops the bag of taro and goes out with them. And then we get this little interview process. We get this little the movie switches to like a documentary of these guys all interviewing to try to get these seasonal visas. Yeah, you see guys, for whatever reason they're trying to get out away from Samoa and to Auckland. And it's mostly for money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can
also try to like escape their families or something. Like a lot of them, the interview scenes are funny, bro. A lot of them guys are hilarious, man. I feel like I know them.
Exactly.
I feel like I heard those use those same reasons to like get a job and shit. Besides the money and shit. It's like a lot of them were like I'm not married or some shit or I don't know. Yeah, Cinco Minko. Yeah, just the way they were presented was hilarious, bro. Very Samoan. It was Samoan as hell. But through the long the interview process, the boys find out that they were hired. They got the freaking job. So what is it? From there, they pack up their stuff and they have the good old, the Samoan little feast. Yeah, that was cool. And that's what made me realize that was their. Yeah, that's what made me realize that was their dad. I thought that was just like their boss or something. It doesn't really explain that was their dad who's over there like giving them a hard time on the plantation until, they fed them before their flight. So
I thought like a drunk uncle. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, and that's another issue that I have with the movie. I don't know who is who. The way they frame certain things in a certain way is just like, who the fuck is supposed to be who? Why is that there? But we'll get to our gripes later. The boys are picked. They're about to head to New Zealand. They get on the flight and they make it. They make it to their destination, and from here, montage. Right, a montage of the boys working out there, and there's a part where they're being interviewed by a reporter out there, and they do the good old, saying, have you done that, bro? You try to talk to a girl out there in front of your homies, and they're like, doing all that shit in the background, bro. Yeah, that shit cracked me up. Yeah, some dumb shit. I'm like, oh, bro. I feel embarrassed thinking about that because that was me, man. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, dog.
Yeah, Popo, man. She tries to interview Popo and Popo is like, she's like, okay, but what do you get by being here? And he's like, the money.
Money, yeah.
And just stares into the camera and smiles.
Cringe.
She's like, okay. They ended up also interviewing Lama. And he talks about it being a great opportunity to take care of his family back home and work here. And he's very grateful, very thankful. He shakes the owner's hand. It gives like a better interview for the reporter. And she's like a lot happier now that they do that. But yeah, it shows that they're making money. Lama's got a black, like, what is it, a fanny pack or a chest bag? What are those called? The Nike packs?
Yeah, I'll just go with fanny pack. Yep.
He's got a all black one that he's putting his money in, saving up. Popo's asking him about it. So how much money you got? He's like, yeah, we've got the same. I was like, oh, we're counting pockets. Wait, why aren't you guys brothers pulling up your money and sending it back or something? Like, what is? He's like, oh, Alama's just saving it all and then gonna buy stuff and then take the change back and give it to his dad. But Popo is like kind of dreaming. He's laying there on the bed and he's like, hi. You can see that, he doesn't want to go back. And he wakes up, Alama wakes up and Popo is gone. And his bag with all the money in it is also gone. And he has no freaking clue what to do.
Bro, I was pissed, and I was making like predictions, like during that time when Popo stole the money. Like I thought it would end up being like, Popo gets into something bad. You know what I'm saying? Or he got into some trouble while they was out there working, so he needed the money to pay off something or somebody. Like he has some kind of outstanding debt. No, he's just a fucking asshole, bro. Popo's just a fucking jerk about this shit. So, yeah, I was pissed off. That part pissed me off. I was like, dude, that's your fucking brother, dog. You're gonna do him like that? Selfish as shit. Dude.
Popo feels like the adopted one.
Yeah, right, bro. What? Exactly. Oh, ungrateful ass bastard. So, yeah. So Popo is gone. The money is gone, and Alama is shitting bricks. You know what I'm saying? And that day, all the workers are supposed to return back to Samoa. Their work is done. They made their money, and as they're about to go, they were sat down by the head of the workers, right? Because Alama was gonna stay.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna go. But then they made a whole thing like, dude, does anybody know where Popo's at? Or if anybody is gonna stay behind, they are not allowed to work with us anymore.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. Like, if you guys miss this flight, you're not gonna make it, or you're not gonna work with us anymore. So, of course, Alama had no choice. He had to stay, find his freaking brother, and get the money back.
He said, "I'm not going back with nothing." Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I forgot to mention this part. Their dad was like, dude, whatever money you guys make, you bring that back home before they left. And Popo obviously was hesitant to do so. So, sets up the major plot line of the movie going forward. Popo is gone, and now Alama is tasked with finding him. So what happened? Go ahead.
Can you imagine going out there for months, working, pulling up this money, and then it being gone, and all your work just is nowhere to be found, and it looks like your brother stole it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, the freaking knot in my stomach just thinking about it is like,
bro.
What is the guy makes a good point. He's like, you don't know New Zealand? Like, how are you even going to do it? He's like, well, I'm not going back empty-handed. I got to stay here, try to find my brother, try to find this money. But do you remember exactly how he steps off, how he starts?
So he calls his dad, right? He calls his dad, tells him what happened, and then he gets yelled at. And then I think from there, after Alama decides to stay, I think it cuts to Popo's family. Or Popo's family, Alama's like family or something, because I think they had gotten a call from Popo's Alama and them's dad. Because that scene where they're back in Bob Titilo's house and shit, and they're all surrounding the table or whatever. Mm-hmm. It like the way they were talking, it seemed like they were like extended family of Popo and Alama. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The council.
They knew them. Yeah, like I think the guy who was speaking the most was like their uncle or something. So I think I'm assuming that their dad called them to ask for help about trying to find Popo, and then that's when they're like that's when they all bring up, or one of them brings up Bob's mom.
She said, "My son can help." And they all start laughing.
Ah, what the fuck, no? Freaking Bob sucks, dude.
There's an uproar. A full 10 laugh from like 10 people. It's and like they're like, oh, that's the funniest joke I've ever heard. But she's like, he can help us. He's a private investigator. And she calls for Bob. And this fool, you would never believe where he is. The table starts to levitate and rise, and it's strapped to this man's back, who's been under it this whole time, apparently. He stands up, and he's got the table on his back. He's like, I'll do it. I'll go. She's like,
yeah.
There were some wild swings in this movie.
It pissed me off because, like, I think you said it earlier, man. But I'm thinking about it, and I feel like they work more on Tofiga's character than the brothers, the central conflict of the shit. I think they're focused more on making him like freaking more funny than actually making a good story surrounding the brothers, bro. That is the huge emotional crux of this entire fucking movie is their plight, you know? Alama's plight to find his stupid fucking brother. Yeah. But I think because, you know, it's Tofiga, it's like, bruh, we gotta make Tofiga, you know? So I was kind of disappointed by that, but we'll more on that later. Because goddamn, we still got what happened? What you looking at?
I'm writing down that's a good point. The brothers' story was like undersold to make room for the top billing actor and character. Yeah, how are we going to get people to come watch this movie? Tofiga, great draw, huge, funny, big. But also, we got to get a story in here. Let's get these guys, Ronnie, Vito.
Vito and Ronnie were freaking awesome.
Killing it.
They were freaking killing it, dude. They were good. Yeah. Like definitely the more traditional of the actors, man. Like they're really fucking good. So I don't know, man. This movie is just in so many different directions at once. So we're introduced to Bob Titilo. He lifts himself up. He's got the table strapped to his back. Where does it go from there?
Actually the table thing does come into play later. But he meets up. Bob meets up with Lama. And they're going through. They start at the farm that they're at. They're talking to people, talking to like the head guy. They go out and search. They go start walking into the mountains, and the whole time Bob is asking questions that they sound like ad-lib jokes, like that Tofiga's trying to do. Silly. Some of them are funny. Some of them are a little snort. Some of them, whatever. But they're going through places. He's like looking through every nook and cranny, and they end up going into the mountains. Like he's tracking Popo, and he tracks him into the mountains. And you're like, there is no way that this is correct. This man could be anywhere. He could have gone in any direction out of here. But Bob's just like, no, he would have been low to the ground and not seen, and he would have scurried this way. Let me see your ear lava. Starts waving it in the air. It's like, okay, he would have gone up this road. I was like, there is no freaking way that any of this is correct. However, they get up into the mountain and they see a white man wearing an ia lava, and Lama says, that's my lava. And now we're like, oh snap. So Bob's like, let's play along and see if we can get any information from him. And the man quickly says, you guys looking for Popo? Yeah, I saw him earlier. He came through. He gave me this lava and I gave him a ride. I was like, oh, hell no, this is working. So this is where you don't think it's working, but like you said, is Bob a good detective? Is Bob good at his job? I think he is. He's effective. He's getting results because where do they follow that truck? Into through the woods. They go hiking even more.
Right. Okay. So I'm kind of confused between meeting the white dude and the girls at the mountain. Mm-hmm. I think you got it. They meet the dude with the car first and the lava, and then they pay to
it's like
take
a
the car.
mountain rider.
The same trail that Popo was on, like a mountain rider going down wherever, and I think from there they do hike some more.
Yeah.
That's when they introduce the sticks, right? That's when freaking Bob gives him the walking sticks to go up. Yeah, fucking yeah. Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Bro, so from there after getting dropped off, this movie's fucking dumb. So from getting dropped off down the mountain with the mountain rider or whatever, they go hiking up another mountain, and then they get to the top and they're freaking dead tired. And then it looks like it looks like another dead end. What happened?
Get to the top. It's like, oh, you just wasted your time to hike up here. He's not up here at this top of the mountain viewpoint. But these girls are doing the hike there too. So they arrive as these two guys are just passed out on the side. And then you have the exchange. But Bob's like, we've been hiking for this 5-hour hike. And she's like, 2 hours? And he's like, yes. Yeah. 2 hours?
Yeah. Yes.
I remember, looking for their friend. But Alama is actually the first person that makes contact with the ladies that come into the viewpoint station there.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my goodness, you are a pretty fool. Yeah. Very pretty. And she is Irish. She tells him she's Irish. He saw him on. And what does he say?
He says, I'm Irish too.
Oh?
Are you really? Yeah, I wish you were my girlfriend. And I was like, bruh, damn.
It works. It works.
Yeah, it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's cute. You know, it got her and the girls laughing. So they're chopping it up. I think, I forget what other questions they asked, but the most important one is how they... where they're gonna go from there, right? So they don't really get any new leads as far as where Popo's at, but then they just straight up ask him. And you know what else pissed me off about this scene, bro? Was freaking Bob acting like a freaking cockblock, bro. He was pissing me off, bro. He was acting like a straight hater, bro. Like,
my name is Alama. He's like, yeah,
yeah, for real. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, my name is Bob Titillo. It's good to see you up here on a beautiful view, almost as beautiful as you. Where are you guys going after this? After this, they would go and grab a drink. So he's like, okay, maybe Popo would do the same. So they follow him down. They continue to search for him. Are they riding horses at some point? They like take him to like a riding thing.
Yep.
He's like, why am I here?
Yeah, they're all trying to figure out. Yeah, they're basically trying to inhabit Popo's mind.
Yeah,
see where the fuck he would go. But so that bar, right? Is this the part where they go to the bar and they have the sing off? Really fucking random.
Yep.
Yeah, so many
these are just like skits put together. The theme,
just different, bruh. So the girls point them into a direction to a bar that they're about to go to. So they're like, all right, cool. Maybe that's where he went to. You know, they figure it is because it's close by, whatever. So they head to the bar and they're over there asking around, asking questions, you know what I'm saying, trying to look for him. And then it turns into like this fucking surreal ass thing. I don't know what.
Now it's a sketch comedy.
Yeah, you know, a martial arts film, a sketch comedy fucking show, a fucking movie about two brothers. Like, what is so much? So they go over there and they're looking for the owner, try to ask him questions. They find the owner and he's a stereotypical tough looking dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tank top, muscly, you know what I'm saying? Slick back hair, you know what I'm saying? He's smooth.
Arm wrestling people for, if you can beat me, I'll buy your drinks. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Strong.
So, yeah. So Bob, you know, he comes up to him and, you know, he tells him that arm wrestle me for your bar tab or whatever. And then he's like, how about something else? This dude Bob's just like, dude, how about we do something else? Yeah. What?
So a guitarist slides into the bar. We're going to have a sing off.
Yeah. The high note challenge. Did the high note challenge originate from this movie? Because I didn't know.
No, I think this movie took that. I think the high note challenge has been around a little bit longer, and they definitely incorporate. Whoa, but maybe. Now I'm gonna have to look back and see when those videos started popping up. Was it 2019? Because then I'm
assuming so.
That might be because of this then. But I remember watching those videos. Those are some hilarious. In the church, the kids in the room, on the bed, on the mattress, just like just laughing or hitting it, going crazy. Yeah. That's funny.
So. Yeah, they turned this scene into what people thought was going to be this epic arm wrestling match into a fucking high note challenge that we don't know where it came from. But the owner ends up losing to Bob. So they shake hands. They fucking shake hands as like they just fucking fought to the death or tried to fight. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yield.
Good battle.
I yield. We're brothers in arms now. So, yeah.
Shake my forearm.
Forearms. Yeah.
Grab my forearm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. So, Bob beats him in the freaking high note challenge, and now he's asking him about Popo and stuff. This is the part that I really liked. I like the captions. I put it in the note. I really like the captions of when this fool Bob is trying to speak Psalm 1.
Right.
Great illustration of his plasticness. It's hilarious. But yeah, that's when the owner tells him what? The owner tells him that he to try downtown. I forget what the owner tells him where they tell him to go, or where he tells them to go. But I think from there, that's when they head into the city. They head back to the city.
Yeah, they go to do you know what Auckland's? It looks like the Space Needle. I should look it up.
Yeah. I think that's what they called it when they first touched
the tower,
space tower. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, they're back in the city. They head to the space tower. From there, they're going up. That's when they get the good old Oscar Kitely cameo. The Sam cameo. Yeah, that was awesome. That was random. But I like that part. That was so random, but I really like that part. They go up there, and it looked like again another dead end. And they look out the window, and motherfucking Popo is fucking falling down. You know what I'm saying? The bungee jumping, because there's bungee jumping you can do over there, and they see that fool in midair. That was actually a tight shot. I like that shot. Yeah, that was a good shot. So that was cool that they found him in that way, and so they're like, "What the fuck is he doing here?
Having fun.
Fucker." Yeah, exactly. What a motherfucker, I swear to God. So those two make their way downstairs, and Popo is, he's taking off the gear, and you see that he's fresh as hell, bro.
Oh, new clothes.
He's kind of, new clothes. New shoes, bro. And then he's over there chilling with two broads. Yeah. Two broads, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're all like, what?
One of them had like a yoga mat, but both of them went up and hugged him after and was like, that was great. And then I was like, oh snap, he's with two girls that the guy was saying. The bar manager guy. He's like, he was with two girls.
Oh, that's what he said. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he was like, Lua, take it.
Yeah.
that was okay. But yeah, now they're just yards away from each other down there at the bottom of the Sky Tower, and Popo sees Lama, sees Popo, sees Bob is staring at him and the two girls, and they both kind of look down. One of the girls is holding the black bag with all the money in it, and Popo slowly reaches down and grabs the bag and then just takes off running. And then we get like a chase scene where two guys are running through the buildings, streets of Auckland, and one of them is following behind the other two, pumping his arms really fast, but not moving his legs at all. There was some funny cuts kind of centered around Bob's size and lack of athleticism.
Did you think the chase scene went on too long, or it was cool? Because it felt kind of like it was dragging off for me after a while.
Yeah, a
long ass cuts or chase scene.
Because it's a chase scene and it ends in like a fight scene, standoff scene, right? Because they get to the museum. So I mean, it was a lot of action, and it felt like another kind of shift in the movie, but not like a turning of a chapter or anything. It felt like what is this?
Yeah,
action.
Yeah.
We bring back the fighting, the hand fighting once they get in close quarters. Popo, for someone who doesn't practice Limatau as dedicated as Alama, Popo is he beats Alama in a hand fight, and then he puts Bob to sleep before running off again. So that surprised me a little bit, but now Alama's got to freaking take care of Bob, wake him up, continue the search. Yeah,
there's a part in the museum scene where there's a part in the museum scene where they're fighting and stuff, and this fool Popo is about to hit that dude Alama with the Bible. Would you?
Oh yeah,
Would you have hit your guy with the Bible anyway, or been convinced by Alama to put it down? Because it's the Bible.
It's a sign.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do.
I was like, here, then catch it. I would have frisbeed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, take it.
For real, bro. Oh yeah, use it as a distraction.
Yeah, but. Now they've got, Popo's gone again. They've got to start all over. They decide to go. Somehow Bob is led to this bar, this wine tasting, where, there's a bunch of different wines. The bartender's just there. It looks pretty intimate. Just them two, right? Nobody else in that room. This is where we find out Bob has a drinking problem. A crazy 2-sip thing can happen with Bob if he starts drinking, because he takes a sip of this wine and goes freaking berserker mode. he loses his stuff. Time and space becomes all distorted. He loses his mind, and I looked at the wine glasses. Only the first one had been touched. Yeah. But he goes through some crazy Bender mind kind of thing that I thought was more weird than funny. I was like, oh, what is happening? How is this another crazy switch in the movie? But
yeah, they're trying to give him a deep character with the alcoholism, but they they executed it so bad. Yeah. I was like, wait, so he was super turned off that one glass. So does he have an alcohol problem, or is that his first time drinking? What is going on here? All these,
No, he had some crazy internal monologue when he was looking at the wine.
Right, that's true.
But that's another thing that felt like you said. That's they're trying to make his character, a better story, or
pick a fucking direction, dude.
It's he feels like they had a good story of the two brothers, and then they wrote in a third superstar part. But stuff like that. Anyway, Bob's got a drinking problem. He's outside. Alama's got to find him. They're having a fight because Bob's going wild. He's about to fight a pole with a bag on it. He's trying to stab it with a broken bottle. He's like, hey, chill out, man. Yeah. You're freaking wild. They're like, okay, we can be best friends then. He's like, yeah, you chill the frick out, man. He's like, I'm sorry for all this. Anyways, they make up and decide to start working together, right? Best friends? Nearly best friends is what Alama says. He's like, you're a little bit much, Bob. They decide, Bob has the idea to use the Gossip Network. He puts out a wanted poster trying to find this man. They show Popo's face. And then through the training montage where Alama teaches Bob Limatau techniques and starts doing practicing, we see Popo's wanted picture pop up all across the city, more and more and more kind of spread. using that network until eventually Popo, who is working a construction job in the city somewhere, is found.
Yeah.
Someone takes a picture of him and they put him on blast. They're able to go and find him there. And when they find him there, another chase scene. Let's go.
Yeah. Another low speed chase.
Yeah. Oh.
I give Lama more credit too, man. Running in fucking slippers is hard, nasty work, bro. That shit is hard work.
Yeah, he's in slippers and a lava and an ear.
Yeah. Someone get this man some shoes, bro.
Popo's in brand new Timbs.
Bro. Okay, you know what? Are they on even ground? They're not on even ground with that, man.
Clean
you can just step on that. Bro, you can just step on the fool's foot.
Yeah. Oh man, it's not fair. But Popo's been using that money. He's been buying himself all the stuff, doing all the cool stuff. But he still has the bag and he's running. They eventually meet up in kind of like a under construction theater or like some sort of amphitheater where it's being renovated or something. And they fight. This is like the Limatau showcase, brother versus brother. We're gonna see who's the best. And Alama has been training with Bob, trying to teach him. But Popo he won the first fight easily. Like he out Limatau him.
Yep.
So this is a like. Yep. So this is a good. This is a good like fight scene. Although if I'm gonna critique it right now, it felt more like choreography than like fighting. But we get like the crane stance, the ongbok raised knee.
What is this? What is going on here, bro? Bro was shaking too, bro.
And Popo's like, your stance is off, bro. And he goes in there and he like pops him. But then he regains himself. Alama comes up and you can notice the next time he does it, it's strong, it's solid. And he kind of flips the switch. He also switches to like a more fluid Siva Tao dancing, fighting, and using the momentum. It makes Popo mad. Stop dancing!
Stop dancing, shit! Yeah, bro. Yeah.
He gets hella mad.
Shut up, man.
Alama's countering, balancing, hitting them, and he eventually starts to win. But Popo also does like the raised knee crane stance.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna give it right back to you, and it turns back in favor of Popo in this fight. It's gonna drag in, but we also get Popo about to like deliver a bit of a blow on Alama, who's now like on the ground or something. But there's a board. There's like a plywood behind him. Yeah. And guess who's ratchet strapped to the other side of that plywood?
Freaking Big Bob Titilo, bro. Big Bob Titilo, okay? I'm glad that the table made a callback, The table made another appearance.
His plywood back to block different blows from Popo, who's getting more and more frustrated as Alama is given an orange. He's like turning around, giving Alama an orange, blocking with his back at the same time. Alama's recovering, and they're able to kind of work together to beat Popo in this fight. They finally get Popo on the ground, and I might be missing something, but Alama finally gets the bag, right? Back from Popo.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Popo's been playing keep away, fighting to keep him away from it, but he opens up that bag, and there's no money in it. It is empty. The money that they're supposed to take back home is all gone.
Yeah, we seen that coming from a mile away. Like, we knew early on that it was going to be empty because, you know, he was spending money like a fucking crazy person doing what he was doing. But, yeah, to see Alama's face when he opens it up and sees that the money is gone. Yeah, bro. Vito did a great job in this movie, bro. He was everything that, like, the main character should be, bro. You know, he was funny. He was funny, but also like stoic and calm, and like he had the perfect facial expressions for the perfect times. And this was definitely it, man. You could feel how hurt he was by, you know, being done like this by his brother. You know what I'm saying? And then Popo is laughing his fucking ass off like a deranged, like a fucking lunatic. I was like, dude, how the fuck? Why would Alama take this fool back at all, bro? I was like, dude, you know what? Fine, then fuck you, bro. You stay here then.
It's just like our family. That bag is empty. It's all for all that work for nothing.
For nothing.
And laughs, and you just like feel even more hurt by, you know, the brother that's betraying Alama. It's like you could feel Alama's just like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? I thought I freaking climbed the mountain, got through everything, got the money back for the family, but it was all for naught. There's still more of this movie left, though. I felt like this was like the crescendo, definitely the big part of it. But now we go to Bob's mom's house, where Yvonne, Maea-Brown, is talking to Popo and like, yo, you've got to go back home, you know, to realize just how hard it is and what you really freaking, you're over here being spoiled, but there's a hard life that our families are going through, and you forgot about it. So you got to go home. And Popo and Alama are just like faced away from each other on opposite ends of the table. You know, there's still that division, that hurt. But Bob takes them to the airport and they head back home. There's a good jump scene or a jump cut, them in front of the Auckland airport, and then in front of Faleolo.
That was a good shot. Yep.
And then they have to go and get, you know, okayed by their dad, who is freaking throwing microwaves and tires at them and like trying to freaking hurt them. He almost like grabs a machete after Popo blocks a bunch of his attacks and calls him old and using, you know, you don't even change your shit. Yeah. But Alama, you know, blocks in front of his brother. You know, he gets on his knees in front of Popo and asks their dad not to hurt him. And the dad walks away. Alama's hanging up pictures of him and Bob going through New Zealand trying to find Popo, realizing they might have came home with nothing, but they did have some memories. They did do a bunch of stuff: hiking, horse riding, freaking bungee jumping, all that. And Alama and Popo are talking later that night, and they're just he gives wine to his mom, who likes it a lot. She's like,
yeah,
can I see that bottle? Okay, good night.
That was funny.
That was good. But Popo and Alama are sitting there kind of slowly rebuilding their relationship and even talking to each other. And it feels like Alama forgives him.
Oh, I would not have forgiven, bro. Not
that was fast,
easily, man. Yeah, it was fast, bro. That was way too quick for my liking, bro. I would have been petty as fuck to him for at least 6 months, because that shit pissed me off, bro. But yeah, go on, bro. So
Alama is like, what was the funnest thing you did in New Zealand with all our freaking money? No, he's like, so what was the most fun thing you did in New Zealand? He was like, jumping off that tower. Jumping off that tower was dope. Alama's like, man, I wish I could have done that with you. You know, and they're starting to rebuild, but they're like, what's our plan now? And Alama shows him this little diagram he has of a pedicab, like a bike with a seat on the back, used for like transportation, that him and Bob kind of used to try to chase down Popo at one point in the city. and they make a pedicab from like stuff around their house. Basically, they put it together from scratch. Right? Mm-hmm. They get some help from a welder, and they start their own like transportation business where they give people rides and people give them money. And that's making more money than the taro plantation. They're giving it to their dad. Their dad is like proud of them now. He's like, you guys are doing great. Thank you. Good job. He's bigging them up in front of his friends. They're making sure to keep the wine on tap for mom, grandma. And they're being successful. And they found a way to not do a scheme or not be out of town, but to do it, there with their family. Yeah, which is dope. And I thought, okay, there it is. There's the end of the movie. No, we got to go. Bob has got to go and finish his mission. Damn it.
That's another gripe. That was another gripe for me, bro, because it just felt like it just kept going and going and going. Like there was no decisive ending, bro. So, from there, Bob meets back up with Alf. You know what I'm saying? He's been practicing his Limatau moves. Yeah. Talking to the brothers out there. And he finally confronts them and beats the dog shit out of them. Slaps them all to the ground. And he finally, and he finally got to be, he finally got to be able to put somebody to sleep. Right? He put the homie Alf in a freaking chokehold.
Right? Little sleep. Freaking wagon and dragged him back to his mom and got paid for the job. Hey,
what the fuck happened to his car though? That's the thing. Why did you have to bring the cart? Why didn't you just put him in your car?
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that.
Bro, why did you have to go? Why am I leaving this movie with too many fucking questions, bro? Why? They could have been solved in the story, but there it is. The end of freaking Take Home Pay. Woo! Woo! I also forgot to mention that, all three of them are cool now. Popo's not a fucking douche anymore and shit. He's actually talking to Bob like that because you remember Bob was all cool.
Bob Lama. All right, Bob. And then Bob. Popo's like, Bob. He's like, Bob Lama.
Yeah. So that's it, man. Take Home Pay. God, bro.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's I think it's a great debut to see for Tofiga to be in a film. Has he been in a film before? Please let me know if he has been, besides the Laughing Psalm ones. I feel like this is his first true acting role. Yeah. It was cool to see him. I really like the cameos. Like I said, there's something there's a good script in there. There's a good story in there. I really like, I really like the conflict between the brothers, man. And for it to be overshadowed by the over-the-topness of Tofiga and Bob Titilo and his antics, it was kind of disappointing. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention some of the technical gripes I have with this movie. I was watching it with my headphones on, and some of the sounds were kind of out of whack. The sound design was kind of weird to me. Some parts felt lower than others where it should have been highlighting different things in the background. Just the creative choices as far as editing and scenes and stuff. It was like a director still trying to figure out his footing as far as his style of directing. Yeah, but it's shit for a fucking directorial debut. I'm not mad at it, bro, and it looks really nice. I'm not mad at it. It's just I am kind of mad at story choices and some of the technical stuff, but those are minor gripes. What did you think of the movie, bro?
Definitely the good. Seeing the brothers act. Ronnie, Taulafo, Vito, those guys I feel killed it. Tofiga, did what he does. He definitely delivered. For those that were going to see Tofiga, he did what he was supposed to do. He gave you a bunch of improv, funny lines, a bunch of cutscene kind of so much stuff that you could kind of montage it, cut it up for those searching scenes. Always great to see our people, just Islanders stuff. I mean, mostly filmed in New Zealand, but all Islander cast, where it's most of the community there. Yeah, just like it's hard to suspend disbelief in a lot of parts where it just like felt like it was questionable or didn't make sense. But it also to me felt like Tofiga was written in just to try to kind of make it more popular. But
yeah.
I felt like they could have made it more balanced where, I don't know, Tofiga could have been in it some other way and like more intertwined into the story instead of just kind of plopped on. But I mean, I think they did enough twists to make it okay. But but potential and honestly what I was expecting, it could be a lot better. Could have been a lot better. But I'm sure the stuff that they're doing now or continuing to work on is going to be helped by this movie.
Yeah, I wish they narrowed their focus, man. Like we were saying throughout the scenes and stuff. Like, bro, is this trying to be a martial arts movie? What is this? A drama, a comedy? Like, if they just narrowed their focus as far as like the story and the direction and stuff, like it'd be a whole lot better, bro. Like with the martial arts stuff, I thought that was really fucking interesting, and that showcases the brothers' history with each other and their dad and stuff. And if they incorporated that within like the comedy and did it like really well and have it, like you said, balanced, bro, I'd be looking at Legend of Baron-Toa too. Like,
yeah.
Because Legend of Baron-Toa did a great job of balancing all of that, bro. A great drama, great plot line, fucking wrestling, motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? And there's some comedy in there too. It's hilarious. It's a great balance of it, bro. I think that's the benchmark for movies that want to have action in it, like Take Home Pay did. You know, if it wants to be good, the benchmark is Legend of Baron-Toa. That's really fucking good. Okay? So, yeah. All right, man. What's up? We getting into these ratings? What's the deal?
Let's rate it. Do you already know your out of 50 score, or do you want to build it up? You want to go through the rubric?
Yeah, we can go through the rubric. I don't know my total score.
Rewatchability.
I'll give it a 1. 1 out of 2, just because Tofiga makes it rewatchable, because that was the whole point. Yeah. But also, I do want to see like the fighting again, because that was tight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Is that a 0?
I'm gonna give it a 0.
Okay.
I feel like it's cool, but you get it, and it's not memorable enough to want to queue up. Although I definitely want to learn more about Limatau or whatever friggin' what it's called, Limalama.
Limalama.
I'm gonna look that up.
Limalama.
All right, casting out of a 3.
I'll give casting a 1 also. Tofiga and the brothers were great, and so was Yvonne, Maea-Brown. But the other people that got top billing that you only see like maybe 30 seconds of, you know, like the girls on the mountain, Alf. I don't even remember seeing him in the fucking credits either on IMDb. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just weird choices for me to see people on the billing that weren't even there that long in the movie and shit. I mean, I get it. It's a fucking movie. It's a business, whatever. That's how it goes, you know, with people who have more experience or whatever. But I'm just like, bro, the brothers were the freaking highlight of the movie, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? Showcase them. Make them top billing, bruh. So, yeah, I think it's a 1 from me, man.
If the character of Bob Titilo was written before Tofiga, I think casting Tofiga was perfect. Was the best thing. But I suspect that it was kind of written in for Tofiga.
For him.
But even having a big person like that, and then the Vito, Ronnie, Taulafo, I think killed it as the brothers. They did great. I don't know about the casting of them so much, but I gave this a 2 out of 3 for casting.
Nice.
Soundtrack, sounds, audio out of a possible 5.
So soundtrack soundtrack goes with audio too, huh? The audio issues I have with it. Okay. I'll give it a 2. I don't remember too much of the soundtrack. And I already had, like, I was already talking about the audio issues I was having. Like, there were parts where it felt like there were parts where it just wasn't loud enough. Like, the sound design was just weird. It was just, I don't know. It was just dumb creative decisions that made me, like, it took me out.
It's like sounds that weren't supposed to be there, or turned up too loud, or
yeah, it was mainly like a thing of quietness for me. Some parts felt like too quiet where it should have been louder.
Ambient, some sort of ambient noise,
some kind of ambient noise, like, and some of the drama scenes, like the way they filmed it, it looked like, what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Facebook Psalm 1 family dramas that, like, our aunties be watching and shit.
Yeah.
The way that it's filmed, it's just like in freaking HD or 4K or whatever the fuck it is, you know? But, I'm giving it, what did I say, a 2?
Yeah.
2 out of 5? Yeah. I don't know, man. And I don't remember the songs that they played on there.
That's why I'm also giving it a 2. No memorable, like, soundtrack or stuff like that.
Yeah.
The cinematography out of 6, power of the look, cool shots. I gave this a 3 out of 6. Like, there were some good cuts, good, like, backdrops. Popo falling down the tower at the same time they're looking out the window. Stuff like that. But I think overall there wasn't huge, memorable, like, blow you away stuff. So I give it a 3 out of 6.
Yeah, no, that was my thing too. That was my same score too. 3 out of 6 for me. Nothing really stands out. I mean, we mentioned some of the cool shots that we really liked in there, mainly Popo falling down the tower. I mean, what else did I like that they shot? I kind of like the fight scene at the end in the theater, the renovate, and that was cool. But overall, it was nothing really to write home about,
Editing and directing out of 7.
I'll give this another 3 also, man, because I don't know. I don't like the transitions to different scenes was just fucking fucked. It was I don't know, it messed up the pacing. Like, it felt like it was a drag. I felt like I was, like, being dragged in this movie.
An hour and 45 minutes?
Yeah. Like,
that
and
was
not
long.
just that, like, it was a long hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And, like, they didn't have the ending in particular, right, where it just felt like they were just stretching the fuck out of it. Like, they didn't know when to end it, so they just kept adding more and more and more. And where I thought they were going to end it at, they didn't end it at. They didn't even have to do the thing with Alf. He didn't have to fucking fight Alf at the end, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, they could have just ended it. Yeah.
Some closure for the character of Bob.
Man, he don't need no closure, bruh. He knows Lee Matau. He can take him on any day. I don't need to see that, bruh. I was invested more in the brothers and them coming together with their pedicab business, and then seeing it be successful, and them and fucking Popo in particular finally understanding what.
I think I might have liked it better if they did the Bob Alfredson scene and then the guys, like, successfully making their business boom and then riding off to the sunset kind of thing. And
I would accept that. Yeah, I'd accept that. That'd be cool. Yeah, the fact that they ended it with Bob confronting Alf again, it was like, all right, fuck you, dude.
Like Bob's the big center character, right? It's got to be the brothers.
It's got to be the brothers, bro.
But Tofiga's the first name on the billing, so it's like, man got a percentage.
For real, he got a freaking percentage.
I gave it a 2 out of 7. I'm hurt by it, but it just threw me around too much. I'm really, like, not sure if the movie knew what it wanted to be, or if it was just trying to appeal to anybody that liked Kung Fu, anybody who liked comedy, anybody who liked Tofiga, anybody who liked these young guys, anybody who liked New Zealand. Like, trying to be too many different things. Acting. Out of a score of 8.
Acting, I'll give this a 7, man. Off the strength of Vito. I thought Vito, and Ronnie was great too, but definitely Vito is the star of this. I like how he played his stoicness, but also for drama and comedy. So he's really good. What doesn't let me give it an 8 was freaking Tofiga. Doing over the top Tofiga stuff. You know what I'm saying? It made me think like Bob was, I don't know, might have been on the spectrum or something. Like no self-respecting human would act like that. Unless, there's some guidance. He
he's
needs guidance.
He's still living in his mom's house. It's not, and everyone laughs at his competency. Like they know.
Yeah.
When he was suggested, they're just like laughed at even the suggestion. Looks like a lovable loser. It's supposed to be a lovable loser type, but it's just another kind of question that we have at the end of this instead of it being answered in the movie. I also gave it a 7 for acting and echo what you say. The brothers, I thought killed it. Alama was like the nice, good, wholesome, do the work kind of brother. Popo, Ronnie as Popo, like, I'm done with that. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I'm out here having fun with these girls. They're teaching me how to ride horses. Like he's I thought that, and making us hate him. I thought that's another always a sign of strong acting or writing. Speaking of writing and script, out of a possible 9. B for the story.
Yeah, for the story.
The two different stories. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the 20,000 different stories going on in this fucking movie. Out of 9, I'll give it a 6. Run of the mill, they don't really change the wheel, you know what I'm saying? Or reinvent the wheel. So, it's a cool little story about two brothers in conflict, you know what I mean? I wish that they focused on that more. I wish they, I wish they focused on the brothers and their little conflict with each other instead of trying to add in all types of different things for every single person. So, 6 out of 9 from me.
Yeah, I feel like we're seeing this movie the same a lot. It's lots of potential. There's a good story in there. It just wasn't like the main focus of the movie for most of the time, or definitely as much as we would have liked for it to be. I also give this a 6 out of 9 for the writing, because I can't shake the feeling that Tofiga was just kind of written in there to try to help out. But I wonder if this movie would have been as popping if Tofiga wasn't in it. Like if it was just on the shoulders of Vito and Ronnie, maybe some other Zach Galifianakis type, a young up and comer in Samoa, like Oos Gang. If Oos Gang was Polytickin, it feels like it would have been more like leveled and less kind of orbiting around Bob's character. All right, legacy out of 10, our final category.
I'm gonna give this I'll give this a 4. It's been what, 5 years?
Yeah,
5 years since this movie came out. I don't really see people talking about it like that. It's I think because of everything that we talked about leading up to this, it will definitely leave it in the back, like leave it behind. Like it'll be left behind by the other better movies that are out there, man. This is just another run-of-the-mill movie to me, and I don't think it'll elevate itself any more than it can,
It's not gonna find a revival somehow.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Unless one of them blows up, unless one of the brothers just blows the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wants to discover his discography or his catalog or whatever, then maybe. But even then, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I think
4 out of 10.
Tofiga is, definitely. I feel like Tofiga's biggest box office days, and the crowd that super loves him and will show out to movies like that and will carry on movies, keep talking about him, is starting to age out. I feel like we were kind of on the last end of that. The new kids aren't gonna, Tofiga, let's watch all his movies. I also gave this a 4. I felt 3, but I wanted, Tofiga is in it, and I think that's mostly how people know it, right? It was what Tofiga's big kind of movie, and after Laughing Samoans. So, I gave it a 26 out of 50. You gave it a 27. So we have our gripes. We got to make score ranges to if you're in this range, we love it. If you're in this range, it needs work. If you're in this range,
right? Hey, I like that.
Yeah. But it's a yawner of a movie. No.
Hey, Lance said that, not me, man.
I rewinded it a couple times. I had to rewind it a couple times.
Yeah. Just to see the Uso David Tua, bro. It's David Tua.
Oh my gosh. Did he not talk about David Tua?
I don't think so, bro.
This movie's all over the freaking place, but David Tua might have been one of the best acting parts of it. I was not
straight A.
That great emotion and reality from Mr. O for Awesome. That was great to see.
Bro was acting his ass off.
Hell yeah. I have to go get my bike. I have to go to work. Shout out to Uncle Tua.
Yeah, man.
Would you recommend people watch this movie?
No. No, you know what? No. No, I take that back. I would recommend them to go see it, only to either validate our claims of it being, being meh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, if you think it's cool, then cool, Can't tell me I didn't suggest a fucking movie.
There are so many parts that were funny, but I just they weren't put together, and they might have been, few and far between. One of the things we can say is don't buy this on Apple TV without double checking what the price is on.
Yeah, exactly. Because your boy got duped. Fuck you, Apple TV. Fuck you, man.
It's hard to find. And then when you find the one place that sells it, it upcharges you mysteriously.
God damn, bro. What is that?
It's like, is he Samoan? Hey, $30.
Yeah, $30.
Yeah, he's looking hard for this movie. Oh, damn.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked
taxed.
up, Tofiga. For real, that's fucked up.
Don't worry, we balanced it out. Appreciate you for taking on this one.
Yeah, man. Let us know if y'all seen this movie too, man. Suggest other movies. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on the network. Hit us up in the socials at Oh Hello Marcus, at Polynesian. Do what you need to do. Okay? Tell us that this movie sucks. Tell us that you love this movie and why. Tell us something, Tell
us the best part of this movie for you. Like what saves it? What makes it great for you?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't mention Tofiga, all right? No, you gotta think of something else.
Okay.
You gotta think of something else. Okay. All right, man. If that's it, bro, this has been another episode of The Starter Kit. Hit us up, talk to your boys. The movie boys. Hey, yeah.